YouTube, what's poppin'? Yo, so I'm out going for a walk on this nice chilly day, and today I would like to talk to you about consciousness, the different levels of consciousness, and how they relate to you in your personal life. So, with consciousness, there's like lower levels and higher levels. With the lower levels, you have feelings and emotions like fear, anxiety, anger, stress, all those emotions that you feel that doesn't really feel good. And with the higher states of consciousness, you have peace, joy, happiness, and all other emotions that will make you feel good. So it's pretty simple, but the thing about it is that not a lot of people are aware of the level of consciousness that they're on, because in our society, like, we're told to work, work, work all the time. And if you look at the chakras, the root chakras, the chakra of survival, and if you're worried about money and your survival, your sexuality, and your day-to-day life, as well as like how you fit in with the crowd, then you're going to be operating from a lower level of consciousness. If you go to the higher levels of consciousness, that transcends the physical body into the more spiritual realm, which would be like the heart chakra, which is love, your third eye chakra, which is your ability to see past the illusions, your throat chakra, being able to express yourself in various ways, and so on. So, the higher levels of consciousness, you transcend past your physical desires as a human being or as an animal. And with the lower levels of consciousness, because we're taught to just focus on our work and everything, we tend to neglect the higher levels of consciousness or our higher chakras. So you could live your life just working and worrying about your survival, but you'll end up neglecting your spiritual side, and you need both to live a more happy and fulfilling life. I mean, like, if you feel that you can just work all the time and survive and be happy with those with your creature comforts, then by all means necessary, you can do that. But I guarantee you that your life wouldn't be as fulfilling if you had a spiritual experience as well. But to each their own. That's why I'm here talking to you today, so that you can get a better understanding and so that you can live a more fulfilling life. Like, even for spiritual people, like, you can live a spiritual life and vibe out. At the same time, you're still in a physical human body. So it's good to be able to eat, sleep, and take care of your physical needs. But really, a lot of people in today's society, we're just stuck in 3D reality because we're in the third density. Like, this is the reality that we're in right now. So they're more concerned about their physical needs. Once we reach higher levels of consciousness, then we'll start focusing more on our spiritual needs. But it's good to have both. Yeah. So back to the topic at hand. With lower vibrational people, they tend to be like more angry, more irritable, more unfriendly, or just flat out annoying. And the thing about it is that they're unaware of it because that's the way they've been treated their whole lives, or that's the way that they choose to treat other people. because that's their level of consciousness when it comes to love. Like, they're not able to like open yourself to the higher realms of consciousness. So that's why you have people that are okay with killing and rapes and like all different types of heinous crimes, because their level of consciousness says, okay, this bad thing that I'm doing, or they probably don't even recognize it as bad, because that's the level that they can love at. And it sucks because you can see like different levels of consciousness, or the way that different ways that people love. And then you have people that are like more open and like more giving, that are more sharing with who they are as a person, because they're operating from a higher level of consciousness. But when you become more self-aware, you're able to understand what level of consciousness that you're operating from. So like, let's just say if you did something to hurt someone's feelings, or you offended one of your friends, well, a lower vibrational person, or a person operating from a lower level of consciousness, they're going to be like, well, what did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just being me. And in their reality, it might be that way. Like, that might be their truth. But for someone that's operating from a higher level of consciousness, they're able to like identify, okay, yeah, that is wrong, or that action that I took, I can see how that might have hurt them. Let me apologize. Let me make it up. So it's not just the attitude that you carry within your life, but it's also like the way that you treat people as well, that dictates like your level of consciousness. Like, we already know, like, if you just go out and just stab someone or just shank someone, that person's not going to be happy. So like, we're at a point in time in our lives where like we know that that's bad, like that inflicts pain over other people. But there's also the other side of the story, where like we discriminate against each other, we patronize each other, because we haven't developed us as a whole aren't able to identify our own behaviors, because we're so focused on our survival and our everyday needs that we put that to the side. Like, you ever have one of those times where you're just working and working and working, and it's like you forget to eat, you forget to sleep, you're just focused on work? Well, it's the same kind of thing. Like, you know that you need to eat, you know that you need to get your full 8 hours of sleep, you know that you need to do self-care, but whenever you're focused on like your survival, then you neglect those things. But when you've actually had time to like relax, calm down, and take a breather, it's like, oh, okay, maybe I haven't been eating a healthy meal, or maybe I haven't been getting enough sleep, maybe I haven't been doing what I need to do to make sure that I'm in a good mood. So what I encourage you to do is to do something today that'll put you in a good mood. Go ahead, raise your vibrations. Like, do something that would make you happy, something that you'll feel joy from. I encourage you to do that today. Like, after you finish watching this video, do that shit. Yeah, that's all I really have to say for you today. Yeah, if you like the video, feel free to subscribe, like, share. Also, go to my website, www.stclutchcollective.com. Buy yourself a tarot card reading or Reiki healing. and leave a comment below. Have a good one.